Welcome to Treaty Petey. I'm Treaty Petey. Let's get into some Air Force One 07s.
Treaty Petey.
I'm just going to get straight into this unboxing. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to talk about how the Air Force Ones have been a really important fixture in the hip hop community, East Coast and West Coast.
Starting from sports, then into Dope Boyz in New York, and then to the top.
Classic Air Force One box, blackish kind of grey. It's Nike Air Force One 07. So the reason that it says 07 is because these came out in 2007 and they're kind of bringing it out. So when the Air Force Ones very first came out in 1982, actually, let's go have a look at these shoes first before I start talking about them. Nike Air Force One 07s. This pair is the white / Picante Red Wolf Grey, US size 11. Ooh, yeah. Phew. Let's open these up. The Nike Air Force Ones came out in 1982 and they were discontinued in 1984. As you can see, the first pair were white with the grey Nike swoosh tick. And instantly they became D-boy shoes, or in other words, Dope Boyz shoes, dope dealer shoes. So I'm going to go through a little bit about the history of Air Force Ones. I mean, you've got the hip-hop culture on the East and West Coast, and then you've got the drug culture in the 80s. And unfortunately, because of low socio-economical areas where hip-hop grew through the struggles of living in these low socio-economical areas, unfortunately, living in these kind of areas came drug dealing, drug buying. The people that were selling crack or had struggles found a way to voice their pain, and through that, it came out through the hip-hop culture. And while they were voicing that pain, selling crack, maybe some of them wearing Air Force Ones. People like us see it, we think, oh, that looks fresh. You want to imitate the look of your favourite rappers or the culture. I'm massive into hip-hop culture, if you haven't realised already. So my world is hip-hop. So I want to look fresh and I want to look cool. So this is why I guess I am emulating the rappers and the D-boys in a sense. So in the 80s, the D-boys used to gravitate to the all whites and the all blacks of the Air Force Ones. If you actually fast forward to recent times, you can see Dr. Dre's favourite pair of shoes are the Air Force Ones. He will have 100 pairs of white on white, triple white Air Force Ones, all stacked up, lows, highs, mids, all white. He'll have a Monday to Sunday shoe. He'll wear them, he'll rock them. Dr. Dre is one of the most famous Air Force One advocates in the hip-hop community. I thought I'd wear my Dr. Dre shirt in respect to this. Dr. Dre loved these Air Force Ones. You can see him when he performs, he's nearly always wearing Air Force Ones. Then you've got Ice Cube in Friday, Air Force Ones. He wore them, he repped the Air Force Ones in Friday. We also got Snoop Dogg that's rocked the Air Force Ones, as Snoop Dogg's got his own line of shoes with the Air Force Ones. So you got Cube, you got Dre, you got Snoop. So yep, they're the West Coast. Then you've got Nelly. Now Nelly is down south, and then moved into the Midwest. He's done a whole song called Air Force Ones. I don't actually like the song, to be honest, and I'm not a massive Nelly fan at all, really. I did like his Country Grammar song back in the 90s. That's about it, really. But I'm sure there's more songs that I know he's massive, and I know he's, you know, if you're into pop music, pop rap, fucking power to him, mate. Good on him for getting all the girls to take off all their clothes. We've got the hip-hop community that have taken the Air Force Ones. Then we've also got the D-boys. Now the D-boys rock the Air Force Ones. These are actually nicknamed in Harlem uptowns. So they were massive in New York City, massive in the 80s in Harlem and the Bronx particularly, but also, you know, whole of New York City. In 1982, when these originally first came out, it was a basketball shoe. That was the whole point of these shoes, was basketball shoes. Then they went from the sports to the streets to hip-hop. So I kind of went sports, streets, hip-hop, and now pop culture, as we all know. A massive range of colourways in the Air Force Ones. A massive range of, every Air Force One has got different quality to it. These ones, I'm actually looking at these for the very first time as you are. It's actually quite beautiful. So to keep its shape, I've just put in a bit of paper so I can take that out to show you. I'll always keep the paper in it just to keep it shaped. These are really dope, actually. These are really quite clean and crisp. Oh, lovely. It is common knowledge, but just in case some people out there don't know, the Air Force One is named after the plane that carries the President of the United States of America. They started in 1982, they got discontinued in 1984, and then they came back out again in 1986, and the rest is history. It's an extremely popular shoe, and for some reason there isn't that many reviews on the Air Force One, so they don't really get the respect that they deserve. In America, they're about 90 to 100 US dollars. In Australia, these were 180. I got them on a mad discount at JD Sports, and I ended up paying $104 Australian, and that included free delivery. So for $100, I got this fresh pair of crisp Nike Air Force One Picante Reds, and it's $100. I mean, this is going to look mad. As the years go on, obviously from 1982 to now, the construction of the materials are different. Every time an Air Force One product comes out, they do have different quality of materials. So these ones are pretty good, actually. It's got the tumbled leather, as you can see that on screen there, and then you've got the kind of like a tumbled leather there as well, but it's not as tumbled. This one is tumbled there. You've got this beautiful big Picante Red tick, and then you've got the double tick there, the grey, the wolf grey air strip, which is pretty cool, and then you've got the wolf grey metallic Nike Air tick in the back. On the tongue, Nike Air Force One in grey. The insole is a white with grey Nike Air on it. You've obviously got your little holes for breathability, and the sole is the classic Nike Air Force sole with the Nike tick at the bottom. These will illuminate at night a little bit, and it will get lights glistening off that. I probably won't show it now where we are now, but there would be a change in colour as it is metallic. Kind of see it changing in different shades, but it's going to be better with light. I actually thought there would be a little doubre there. I know a lot of the Nike Air Force Ones do have a doubre, and it has the Air Force One on it or something along those lines. I'm actually surprised that these don't come with that. It would be pretty sick if these came with some maybe red laces, Picante red laces, so you can mix it up. I think that would make it pop a little bit more as well. Look at that white tumbled leather. I just love it. They're bringing out the white tumbled leather with a lot of their products these days. I think it works. It's quite bendy, it's quite soft, and it doesn't crease. It actually does have a hint of gold in the Picante Red swoosh, and if you can sometimes see it, if I do that, it does change from red to gold. It's pretty cool. If you can see the top one and the bottom one, they are slightly different colours. So that's pretty fresh. If you can see the sock liner there, it's nice white mesh, so it's nice and light and fluffy. With the sizing, these do run big. So even though I'm a size 11, I still went a size 11. That's because I personally like a lot of room. I would recommend to the average person out there to possibly go down half a size, because they do run quite big. There are definitely a lot of you out there that know more about Air Force Ones than myself. If you do know more about it than me, please comment in the section below, because I'd love to hear, and I'd like to learn from you too as well. So this is a community. Let me know in the comment section below what your favourite colours are, whether it's just the triple white, or if it's a triple black, or if it's more custom design their own Air Force One. So if you have done that, I'd love to hear about it. Obviously, if you're enjoying this show, it doesn't hurt too much just to press that little button and just boom, that just helps heaps. And if you really like the show and you want to keep seeing the shoes that I get, I'd love you to subscribe. And if you really like the show, you can hit the notification bell, and actually each time I bring out a show on Kicks, you can watch it. Let's put these bad boys on my motherfucking feet.
Our style is conceptual, straight up intellectual. Standing on stage telling kids that whackness is perpetual. Lost, tired and lame.
We won't refrain when on a train, paying out the public, pointing out the L7s. Beware, join the corners, you fucking square.
Hell yeah, cause 9 to 5 is stink like Phillips stereo. We mocking civilians there, but they can't stop these MCs, cause they all suck like Hoovers and Godfreys.
God please, check out the flowers of your seeds. All kinds of people, honeys to uglies. Skinnies on skinnies while the fat's on bikinis. Geeks in the library wearing khakis and Snoop Dogg beanies. They are trying to be something they're not, I won't. They think I float, I'm not scared to steer the boat. That's why I'm feasting on a 3-course breakfast you're having oats.
So take off your gangster wear, strip off your pubic coat. It's just a false persona,
Nothing but a host.
taking mad toast with baked friends, condemned on the bad note. Bathing in the shower yard, lathered up and soaked. Next thing about a bucky's got you picking up the soap.
And over mate, you're about to take the sausage.
That must be a joke,
That's not how you make porridge.
I forage for knowledge, making smiles out of frowns, pondering fallen trees and whether or not they made a sound.
In a forest of recording gear, I endlessly mess around, tweaking with these frequencies, compressed to make it loud frequently. I reach for EQ to automate.
Oh, you got a mic and a mixer.
Ha, sorta mate, it's more like it's fully equipped, ready to rip an office tits. Rack mounted tracks, I've counted 24 more if I round it.
Explain the game for lame.
Check this, gents and dames, step in from the rain. Here's how it's arranged. I sample from my 1200 through my bearing up to meet my S2000 from the patch plate, and I send it to my old school Atari 1040.
Surely.
After 15 years of thinking of being more sophisticated and cerebral palsy. No, the rock's on, it's old school, mixed with the new for dropping jewels in vocal booths on the NTK. And because there's no rules, I warm up the valves and dump it on the Pro Tools.
2 + 2 = 4. You plus us equals you. Drop your jaw in awe. You're living your lives in dysfunction. We're about to school you with our weapons of mass instruction. 4 + 4 = 8. It's simple, but we still think this is over your mind state. Do we have to drop another verse about the same kind of people that we did in the first?
I think so. I've got a thirst to educate. Ignorant nothings, push my buttons, I won't hesitate.
To detonate with weapons of mass instruction. Alleviate your mind state with lyrics and percussion. Verbal eruptions got your hook like fishing rigs.
Exposing the myths like I'm feeded to the kids. Example 1, hip-hop heads are all bums with no funds. Graph writers roaming the night looking for fights, come on.
Example 2, an apple few think Aussie hip-hop's not to be. Claiming all MCs are just Eminem wannabes. It's got to me. We'll run through this course properly.
Like fleeing from a robbery, I'm about to drop it. See, for example 3, I'll point out that everything you see on TV has a DJ or a b-boy in a freeze. Marketers are shifty cause they know what they just sold ya. Appeals to the hip-hop in you, but they don't know its culture. They see a weak hip-hop image and sign it up. But what makes things worse is the kids buy it up. Now you've got writers that don't do trains, give it up. Legal feebles, you're totally fucked.
And vocally struck with movement and direction to penetrate your perception, infiltrate like an infection. Cause every day I see conformers conduct suits riding on the train but still seem to be stuck. You dumb fucks, you're looking like your boss got your nuts.
While I burst out the bushes when your A-car rocks up. What?
You think life's about status and Motorola's?
Fuck that and everyone else with false personas.
Yeah, you need to search for depth in your disposition, or you suckers snorting whiz, living half your lives in fiction. And worse still, are kids who think Westfield's a thrill on a Saturday night, spewing dribble out their windpipes. I'd rather spin mics in various ways till they flip and hear the bassline rip. I saved on the zip, inflict words in full force to OT your minds, cause I start the deprivation then penetrate the source.
Check the dude with the briefcase, he looks like a corpse.
Yeah, stereotype and hype have got him filled with remorse, so invariably he's already in the cemetery. Another life lost to susceptible tendencies. 2 + 2 = 4. You plus us equals you. Drop your jaw in awe. You're living your lives in dysfunction. We're about to school you with our weapons of mass instruction. 4 + 4 = 8. It's simple, but we still think this is over your mind state.
Do we have to drop another verse?
Hell no.
If they don't know by now, I doubt they'll ever know.